back, everyone, to another episode of Circle City Conversations, where we highlight people, places, and experiences that make Indianapolis such a special place to live in. I'm your host, Alex Limontes. Today is an episode I've been looking forward to for a long time because we are at one of the most iconic places in not just in Indiana, but in the world, quite frankly, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, with my friend Jimmie McMillian joining us again. Jimmie, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here at 38 days away from the Indy 500, the 110th running of the greatest spectacle in racing.
Yeah, and it's always such a fun day, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole month of May is fun. And as we launch into this, people are starting to think about their checkered outfits. They're trying to think
Right.
about their coolers. They're starting to thinking about their porch parties. They're thinking about their friends and family that are coming in for the weekend. They're thinking about Carb Day. I mean, this is what we do
Yeah,
here in Indiana. Is we're the capital of racing.
I love it. I love it. So you were on the show previously,
Yes.
and we talked to you. We were here, and for anyone that maybe didn't catch that episode or listen to it, you gave us an introduction of who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I won't go into the full name, but I don't even know if you know this, Alex. I recently got a promotion. So
Oh,
Jimmie
congrats.
McMillian, Vice President of External Affairs for Penske Entertainment, and still Senior Corporate Counsel for IMS IndyCar and IMS Productions for Penske Entertainment. We also have added some events since I think the last time we talked. We now own the Long Beach Grand Prix race, which is going on right now. We also co-own and promote the Arlington race in Arlington, Texas, which just took place a couple of weeks ago. Great success. We co-own that with the Rangers and Cowboys. And then we also are the promoter for our Nashville race. So that has now, those all are companies that fall under our purview. I'm also working with our group that is putting on the DC Grand Prix, which is to celebrate 250 years of America's history since 1776. And then we also are responsible in some small part way with the Detroit Grand Prix, which is also part of the Penske Corporation brand. And so all of those different entities kind of fall in some way, shape, or form under another under what I do as a lawyer and as an executive here at the company.
Are you dealing with the legal teams from maybe like the Cowboys or the Rangers or
Yes.
some of these other organizations?
Yes, we work with the Cowboys and legal team exclusively because the event takes place on their property.
Okay.
So they help us walk through different issues and different things you have to think about in terms of alcohol permits and
Mhm.
releases and liability language and things of that nature to make sure that what we do here aligns with what they do there. And they're extremely helpful in making sure that, there's a seamless transition of information from one to another in terms of making sure that we're in line with Texas law.
Yeah. And I can imagine, Jimmie, your day-to-day changes probably the closer you get to the race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's interesting because probably the lion's share of what I do, which is sponsorships,
Yeah.
which is 80% of what I do is sponsorship agreements and contracts. Some of our asset related things, hospitality agreements, vending and display agreements, all the agreements for the race. That work it starts in say September, October, November, and then as you get closer to May, those things are kind of wrapped up.
Okay.
And actually, my focus becomes more some of the things that are beyond the race, our Brickyard race, our IMSA race, and our World GT Challenge race, which takes place in September, October. So during the race period, I switch over to my other job,
Wow.
which is my community job. That is what I'm kind of filled with, and that is people and organizations, schools, groups that are coming out here, many of them to experience the track for the first time. We set a goal to invite at least 10,000 new fans to the track every year, and a lot of that is working with school groups to
Yeah.
allow everyone to a chance to experience the track at some level. So that's working with our museum, that's hosting tours. I mean, I'm part tour guide, I'm part school teacher, I'm putting on career programming where we're putting on panels. And so a lot of that is what we do closer to May in terms of my job, and I have an intern who does that as well.
Yeah. How do you manage that? You kind of pivot from a lot of internal, working on contracts, looking at things like that, negotiating that, to being out face fronting people, like right in front of folks, talking to them.
A,
Yeah.
a great assistant in Nicole McRae, my secretary, who manages my calendar. I also, as you know, Every day that I'm open to the public, I have 4 students who shadow me for that
Mm.
whole day. So, the only thing that we ask them is wear comfortable shoes because you have to keep up. And it's really a matter of being accessible and available where I got my computer on my back.
Yeah.
And if there's something contractually related or on the legal side related, I'm whipping it out and I'm going to school there. But otherwise, I have a calendar of speeches and places, and I consider it to be, at the same level as a lot of our executives. You got to be flexible, you got to pivot, you got to be able to do more than one thing, and certainly Doug Bowles is doing that as the president of IMS and the president of IndyCar. Mark, what he does as the
Yep.
CEO of all these entities, and so I just see it as an extension of, hey, you're managing multiple things, but they're all for the same goal, and that's to make sure everyone safely enjoys what is the heart and soul of the state of Indiana.
Yeah. So, to you, what makes working at the Speedway unique?
The fact that my job is to make people happy.
Yeah.
Every day when I wake up, I'm coming to give someone a memory, to give someone an experience for themselves or their family that they're gonna remember for a lifetime. Like I think that's so unique
Mm.
that what I do is try to create and help fulfill an experience that a family will come and take pictures of and maybe talk about 5, 10, 15 years from now. They'll look at that picture and say, that was one of the best days with my dad. Or man, I had a great day with my grandmother, and that we're a part of that. That's a special thing that I cherish about my job, and everybody doesn't have that opportunity.
No, and I mean, especially lawyers, right? A lot of times people leave lawyers, they're not happy, whatever the situation might be.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really awesome that you get to do that, man.
even when we have had, incidents, which all organizations and businesses
Yeah.
do, we've been able to approach those situations with a genuine feeling of regret
Mhm.
that anybody would ever have anything bad happen here or have an incident here. Obviously, we do things to protect ourselves, like with releases and ticket back language and signage and all of those things. But underneath all of that is a desire that everyone is safe
Yep.
and that they come and that they bring their red wagon with their child in there and they bring their cooler and they bring their food and their beverages and they buy their shirts and they have their headset on and they have the best and most positive experience they can have
Yeah.
and that they'll go and tell their friends they come back.
Yeah. Exactly. Because you want them to come back. You want them to wanna be here.
Absolutely, and it's a tradition.
Yeah.
Um, beyond, it's not just a product. It's
Mhm.
not just a nice shiny car or a nice delicious drink. It is literally gets into the fabric of who you are and your soul,
Yep.
that you not only are happy that you've been able to be here, but you want to know that your kids are going to come back here on their
Yeah.
own and their grandkids are going to come back here. And people can't wait to tell you that they've been going to every race for 50 years. They've been their families. It's a family reunion for them
Yeah.
for Memorial Day weekend. That's big, man.
Yeah, I love that. So, we're talking about the Speedway. Last time we were here, a lot of things were going on, renovations, changes, upgrades, museums, all the things. So, let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, there's all of the museum upgrades. Talk a
Yes.
little bit about that.
$60 million renovation of the museum. If you have not been to the new museum, you definitely should go. It looks completely different.
Okay.
3 floors now instead of the two. Lot better display of how the cars look. They're actually placed, on banks, on ovals. You can get a lot better perspective of it
Mm.
in terms of it. Children's, there is a children's kind of learning area that's been developed. We didn't have that before,
Oh, yeah.
with cutouts of the car and a way for kids to compete doing pit stop challenge and a way for kids to test their agility just like the drivers do. There's more simulators for the kids to participate in. And there's logic and thinking games where a kid can actually strategize, do race strategy through races to see where they end up. We have a robotics area where kids can build little robotic cars in a track and print screen printing.
Yeah.
And so just a whole lot more for kids. There's a build out for that pays homage to Roger Penske and
Yeah.
his 20 wins in the Indy 500, including a lot of the engines that were used. Is a change out of all the cars that he's won with. There's even a fun display that has all the rings from various wins, of which there are some. It's a jewelry store in there of wins, but the entire layout of the museum is different.
Yeah.
And if somebody has not been, they should. Everybody talks about the opening movie when you go into the museum, you see Gasoline Alley in its various stages throughout the years with
Mm.
cars in there that represent the various stages. But then when you go past that, you walk into an area that's designed to give you the feeling of race day
Mhm.
from opening morning until the race takes place, and everybody's blown away by that
Yeah,
movie and that film.
yeah. I love the kids aspect, the family aspect. You know, I got a lot of kids. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, 6-year-old my 6-year-old son, like, he'll go crazy over that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could take them in there and let them run wild.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. So, we're talking about the museum. I mean, we're in this beautiful podcast studio right now. Was this something that was recently added?
This was recently added as well, and this is this is the we're the great beneficiaries of Roger Penske, who loves this place.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody who loves it more than him, and he is constantly asking and engaging with us on what he can do and what we can do to make this place better.
Yeah.
His investment into this facility and this place has just been unmatched in terms of the quickness
Mm.
that he has, transformed this place and tried to make and respond to the different concerns that people have, whether it's increasing the amount of parking or moving our media facility, creating a whole media facility in a different space and area so it's not sitting in the middle of the track. Include increasing ingress and egress. The golf course, the golf course is now continuing to become one of the highest rating golf courses in America.
Great
And
course.
so you see it in the bathrooms, his attention to detail with everything that we have. Roger comes out here and then literally walks this track and walks the facilities, walks the kitchens,
Yeah.
and his brand is on everything that we have.
I love it because my next question was, what was the vision behind these renovations? But attention to detail,
Yeah,
and it
they
sounds
say
like it.
Penske perfect.
Yeah, Penske perfect. Is
Yes.
that what they say?
I think that's always the vision in everything we do.
Yeah,
His vision is to take care of the fans. His vision is to take care of our staff. It's a commitment that's genuine, and it makes it. I think I said it before, and I can still say it today. I've not had a bad second at work since I've been here,
yeah,
and working for Roger has only made it so much better.
yeah,
And that because he wants to do it right, we all want to do it right, and he's also willing to provide the support that we need to do it right.
mhm. My family immigrated here from Cuba after Fidel Castro took over, and this government took everything from my family, and that attracted me to be a lawyer. Insurance companies can be like bullies, and they have a lot of resources behind them. Give us a call here at Hearst Limontes. We are protective of our clients because our clients matter and you matter. At Hearst Limontes, we're a firm that believes in people. We don't just talk about justice or fairness, we live it. The Indiana Fever are trailblazers. They inspire not only in how they play, but how they lead in our Indiana community. Being a father changes everything. Supporting the Fever is one way that I show my kids what it means to believe in fairness, to believe in respect and possibility. At Hearst Limontes, we believe in those same things. The Fever stand for resilience, grit, determination, and heart. They aren't just a basketball team. They're a symbol of what's possible when you refuse to give up. Their impact ripples far beyond the court, and you can see it in the energy, pride, and hope that they create in our city. Whether you're a young girl dreaming of playing in the WNBA or a kid in a small town dreaming of becoming a lawyer, you belong. This partnership is proof of that. At Hearst Limontes, we believe in standing up for those people that are overlooked. From court to court, Hearst Limontes is your winning team. Let's say a fan that hasn't been here for 10 years. What do you think they'll notice? First thing they'll notice first time they come in now?
Well, I think if you haven't been here for 10 years, the first thing you notice is just how brighter and cleaner and edgier everything is.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing. You walk in the bathrooms, everything just seems clean and crisp and new. Whether it's looking at the grandstands, you don't see rust. You don't see the place does not look like it is what it is, which is we're running our 110th Indy 500, and we missed some years post World War II. The home and family were outstanding stewards of this facility,
Yeah.
but Roger has been able to do some things in terms of upgrades that I think folks notice when they walk into the facility, the ease of, for example, getting food and just
Yeah.
thoughtfulness about trash cans. Like we used the Disney World model of trash cans. You want to make sure that there's a trash can on every so many feet. If you do that, people are less likely to put trash on the ground. That's one of the first things that I realized when Roger started working. Everybody runs to pick up trash,
Yeah.
because that's just how Roger's his expectations are. And so that clean, pristine touch of whether it's the grass, and Tyrone Garrison and the facilities team and the wonderful job that they do, the
Mhm.
grandstands, whether you're in the bathrooms, whether you're standing in line for facilities, everything and the attention to detail about cleanliness and pristineness is paid attention to. And you'll also hear, we've upgraded the sound in the facility. So
Yeah.
we've added more speakers. If you're on the infield, I'll give you one. My mother likes sitting in the inside of turn 4, there are now TVs on the infield gate,
What?
several TVs that go around the infield gate that now you don't have to turn around and look behind you.
Yeah.
The race is in front of you, but there's also a TV sitting in front of you in front of the gate that you can watch the race. It's things like that.
Yeah.
Um, Additional cameras, different camera location, additional big screens that have been put in. The massive big screen. If you have been in the last 10 years and you come by the pagoda, you and I stood there.
Yep.
There's now this massive screen that stretches across the bottom of the pagoda that's providing you with a ton of information about what's going on track.
Mm.
You're watching what's going on track. So even if if you were on this side of the pagoda, you couldn't see anything. Now you can.
Yeah.
And so it's things like that that to me have increased the experience for
Yeah.
folks as they visit the track.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. It's like from anywhere on the track, you can enjoy the event that you're there for.
Right. And then, then you look at turn 4, where you now have more RV parking, more
Mhm.
interior parking. So we've given people a better chance to park inside, which a lot of folks love unless you're trying to leave. Um, but
Yeah.
though, and then probably if you haven't been in 10 years, you wouldn't know that we have a dirt track.
Oh,
That's in turn 3. So we have now 2 dirt track events, the BC 39 and USAC Sprint Week. And so both of those take place here. And if you haven't been here during those, that's during the summer. You would notice that we have a quarter-mile dirt track.
right. Right. Do you have to do special legal work for those tracks? Like separate
Not for the track, but for the event.
for the event
So
itself?
for the event and sponsorship,
Got it.
USAC is the promoter of the event,
Yeah.
but we do an event agreement for USAC to have the event here, and then sometimes we have sponsors for that event.
When is that the dirt track racing?
I have to look it up, but I think it's in August,
Okay.
July and August.
So a lot of these events are packed in May to September-ish?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. So let's talk a little bit about the 500, okay, that's
Okay.
the big one. So, concerts, artists, what can we expect?
Well, I know we got Zed for our EDM
Yep.
concert, and I actually did I don't want to say the wrong person, uh, and that would be bad. But our Carb Day concert, I have a name in my head, and I don't want to say it if it's wrong.
The
Carb Day 2026 concert is our artist, and I just said it this morning. That is Switchfoot
Okay.
and Counting Crows. I was right.
Oh, Counting
I should have said it. I should have said it.
I saw them at Deer Creek.
It's Counting Crows and Switchfoot are the 2026 Carb Day artists.
Alright, I may have
And
to
then
listen to that.
our EDM artists, they'll perform at the Snake Pit all day on race day, which I will be at. Zed is the headliner.
Alright.
And then our other artists will be Crank That, Wooly, Murph, and Wax Motif. Those are our artists for the EDM concert, the Snake Pit.
Yeah, I saw an advertisement on social for the Snake Pit concert. So
Snake Pit is amazing, man. It's like 35,000 kids. in that area over there. And it's not for you, for those, yeah, yeah, it's not your old school snake pit.
Right.
This is a major production
Okay,
of
so
fireworks and smoke and water pyrotechnics and everything else that's going on over there. And it is a real
yeah.
party visually, and it will move your soul to be there. It stops for of course, the national anthem and
Mm.
our ceremony. But other than that, it's banging all the way until probably the last 20 laps of the race. And it's really been effective for us to attract a younger artist, a younger
Yeah.
audience to the race.
Yeah.
The race is 3 hours long. What do I get to do? Well, for the time the gates open,
Mm.
you go have the greatest party ever.
Right. So, what are some other concerts? You got Carb Day concerts. Is there another date? Legends Day or
Legends Day is we used to do the concert for Legends Day, and then first Ticketmaster kind of took that over.
yeah.
We think we're not sure, but we think Ticketmaster may still do a concert. That's the Saturday, and
All right.
so it will be down on the down by the NCAA. What is that called? Is that Everwise? Is it still Everwise?
Yeah.
It'll be at the Everwise Ticketmaster
Okay.
facility downtown.
Okay. Um,
But they haven't announced yet. But I think it's pretty sure that this, and it's usually a country music concert.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that week leading up to Carb Day
Monday, you got practice. You'll have a
practices?
lot of activations. That week typically is a lot of activations by the teams.
Okay.
So they're doing a lot of partnerships with their sponsors, driver appearances, car appearances, receptions, dinners, all that kind of stuff. You got the 500 Festival Parade.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that. You got the 500 Festival Memorial Service, which is downtown
Yep.
at the Veterans Memorial. You don't want to miss that. So those things are going on. But, it's an interesting time because school's let out, and you're leading up to, the holiday weekend. That weekend before, you have qualifications weekend on the Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
before. You got Fast Friday,
Yeah.
and so we've watched that crowd grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's one of those things I'm excited about every year. I'm not sure like how many more people are gonna come to Carb Day Saturday and Sunday. I remember when I first started, it's kind of like, oh, seemed pretty quiet. Now it is a major day at the track.
Oh, yeah.
That Saturday and Sunday is packed, and that Monday is packed. And so we are looking at a potential sellout of the grandstands of the 500 probably in the first week of May.
Oh,
And then
wow.
we'll be selling general admission tickets. So buy your
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah. So those concerts, how important are those to the overall speedway experience?
Well, we believe they're truly important. I mean, the snake pit's part of the tradition
Yeah.
of the speedway, and again, it's our way of reaching out to our fans and reaching out to younger fans and keeping them connected and interested in the race. And it's the party part of racing, and it makes us unique. But so is Carb Day. I mean, Carb Day is the Friday. It kicks off Memorial Day weekend. For some people, it's a
Yeah.
day of, let's just say it's a day of relaxing from work.
Right.
And for some jobs, it is a day to have a bonding experience, right? There's some whole offices that come out to have a bonding experience. But having that concert there, and it typically is, a band that we're all familiar with,
Yeah.
and people can come out and really start the weekend out right. It's a celebration of Indiana. It's a celebration of the track, but it's also a celebration of family, friends, and it's an opportunity if the weather is cooperating, which we hope it does. It's a chance to be outside, enjoy the cars, but enjoy each other.
Right. So some of the other races beyond the 500, Brickyard, right?
Yep.
So the
NASCAR.
Brickyard, yeah, NASCAR leading up to it. Are there a lot of events that week leading up to it? Maybe some little known things that people don't.
I think some of our dirt track races this year happened before Brickyard. I'm gonna look it up because I want to give you the right dates. Because now you got me intrigued. I know I should remember all these things off the top of my head.
Wow, you got a lot of
Uh,
things going on.
but on our event side, so I'm correct. So
Yep.
you got our what's called SVRA, which is Well, it used to be called SVRA. It's now being renamed, but Brickyard Vintage Racing Invitational is June 20th through the 21st. That's Father's Day weekend. It's a really, really cool event
Oh, okay.
where, savant drivers bring out, these cars that you'll recognize. There's a car show usually during it, but it's a really cool event to come out to. Then BC 39, which is our dirt track race, is June 30th through July 1st. And then USAC Indiana Sprint Week is July 23rd.
Yeah.
And then July 24th through the 26th is NASCAR Brickyard Weekend.
Wow.
So one of the reasons that Indiana Street Week takes place on July 23rd is every now and then we'll get NASCAR drivers that'll participate in Sprint Week. Those guys, a lot of those guys have their background and their history in dirt. Sometimes we have IndyCar drivers that participate, but we definitely have gotten some NASCAR drivers or some of their series drivers who jumped in a dirt track car and decided to participate.
Wow. Um, you talked a little bit about the Brickyard golf course.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have to be a member to play that? How does that?
No, no, you can reserve time. It's a public golf course.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure they're pretty booked up, right?
Oh, but you can get a spot. You can still check and get a spot, but they certainly have a they certainly it's one of the assets that we have as a racetrack to offer that others don't.
Yeah.
So we have that as a unique asset to offer to our sponsors is foursomes and
Right.
events at the golf course. And believe it or not, sponsors really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so it does stay spacey, but you can still get in and
Yeah.
get some rounds in.
Well, I'm a terrible golfer anyways. I worry about other people on the course.
Any day is nice enough to golf. I'm on a motorcycle, so that's my
Right.
challenge.
Right. So the Speedway, it's more than a track, it's part of Indianapolis. We talked about that. Okay. In Indiana, how do you see the Speedway's role in the city today?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to my mind is we are the brand
Yeah.
for Indianapolis. And when people think, when they're around, when you're in other places around the world, you say, I'm from Indianapolis, the first thing they say is Indy 500.
Yep.
So it's very clear that other people's global perspective of us is based upon this facility and this race
Yeah.
and what they see of us as the race goes on and what they hear about as the news relates to the race. And I think we all have to understand and honor and protect that. And how do we amplify that? How do we make sure that keeps up with the times? How do we make sure that the people in the city, everyone in the city, um, gets to experience that and
Yeah.
feels that same reciprocal love, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think my role has been for the 10 years I've been here,
Yeah.
is that I still knew, excuse me, I knew so many people who had said, who I'd encountered who said, I've never been to the race.
Wow.
I've never been to the track. I've heard the cars, but I've never been to I've never been to not only to the Indy 500, I've never been inside the facility. And I said, how could that be?
Wow.
How could something that is so important, and I'm talking about not visitors, I'm talking about people who've lived there all their life.
Yeah.
How could you live here your entire life? You never came here as part of a school group. You never came here as part of, nope, never been. And in my mind, the importance of the speedway is you have to go.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like racing, even if you're like, I can't figure out why for 3 hours people want to watch cars go in a circle. It's more than that.
Mhm.
It is to me, it is downtown on Memorial Day weekend. It's the town square.
Yeah.
It's where everybody comes together in this state and says, we're gonna all as one sing Back Home Again in Indiana. We're gonna
Yeah.
all as one pay homage to our service members and the people, our veterans and our current members of the armed services. I mean, last year to see the Black Hawk helicopters falling
Yeah.
over the top of the starting field, here is where we do what Indiana does. And make no mistake, this is what represents it. It represents our technology advancements and innovation. It represents a place where um, you can say, I'm proud to be a part of this state.
Yeah.
And, I think at least our Hoosier citizens
Oh, yeah.
should and could and can be a part of that.
Absolutely. So, along those same lines, if someone listening right now hasn't been to the Speedway in a few years or even ever, why should they come this year?
Celebration of 250 years of America. That would be,
Yeah.
we are doing that as part of the 500.
Yep.
It's celebrating, the country was founded in 1776. And if you haven't been a part of it, a lot of different entities and different sports environments are celebrating 250 years. We're doing a race in DC, August 22nd, 23rd, a free race to celebrate the 250 years founding of America. But this will certainly be that at
Yeah.
the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As you see the logo and the branding and everything that we're doing and the ceremony, everything that we're putting together will be a celebration of our appreciation that this race takes place in America.
Yeah.
And that would be one of the great reasons to come out. And just I think the building momentum, if you talk to people in the community, at least the experience I've had is folks are really people who this was not a tradition for them.
Yeah.
For this is becoming a tradition
Mhm.
where people are like, I have to go back this year. My kids had a great time. My family had a great time. We already know what we're doing Memorial Day Sunday. We're going to the race. And so got to figure out what that's about, right? And I think this would be a great year to do it. We pray it does not rain as we pray every year. Knock on wood. I hope I didn't
Right.
jinx us. But other than that, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know how the weather, I mean, it's not up to you, man. It's not up to us.
I don't think it's a secret. It's the 16th Street Bridge. There's some discussion going on about what's going to happen to that.
Right.
So if there was another reason to come this year,
Yeah.
it would be the traffic may be a little bit more kinder and
Right.
friendlier to you than after they close that 16th Street Bridge.
Yeah. And I know I was looking online there, you guys have a calendar of events available online, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. We'll put
Yes.
that link in the show notes so that people can see that.
Yep, you'll see all the events, dates. You can see schedules for what goes on each day. Gates open, gates close. It's very detailed in terms of what we have. And you could always call our ticket office to ask questions. This is a big facility.
Yeah.
This is a big place, 2.5 mile track oval. But beyond that, it's very hard to picture how big it is until you're here on race day
Yeah.
and you understand. We don't want you to have a hard time getting to your seats. We don't want you to have a hard time trying to figure out where to park. If you do come to the race, come early, come early,
Yes.
come early. Early does not mean noon. Early does not mean 11 o'clock. Early means try to get here, 7 a.m.
Yep.
You'll be fine. You come 6, 7 a.m., you'll get in, you'll be fine. You'll have a great time. If you try to come here at noon, you're gonna be sitting in traffic. You're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be looking, and it's a completely different experience. So come early. There's stuff to do if you get to the track early. There's a museum. There's ceremony. There's old school cars on track. There's a whole lot of things to do, but come early.
Yes. I I will vouch for Jimmie as someone who has done both. Not a native Hoosier, not from Indianapolis. I started going to the track when I was in my 20s. I've been there at 7 a.m. and had the best time. And then I've showed up at 11 a.m. and had the worst time.
Yeah, do not come
Yeah.
late.
Yeah. So, well, Jimmie, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate
No,
you on this show.
thank you, and I thank you as a fan. I thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
always.
Anybody else out there who's come to the race or participated in our events and activities, I want to thank you. And it's not just thanking you as an employee or a member. I want to thank you as a fellow citizen of Indiana because you go to other places in you go down to Texas and they're proud of being Cowboys fans, and you go to Pittsburgh and they're proud of being Steelers fans. Of course, we love our Colts and we love our Pacers too. But what they don't have is they don't have this.
Yeah.
And this is something that we have, that makes
Yeah.
us us. And so, and it's not just the drivers; it's the 33 drivers. We appreciate them. The cars, we appreciate the tradition. We appreciate, but we have the largest single day sporting event in the world.
Yep.
250,000 people in the stands. Usually another 100,000 people in general admission. Some people say, "Oh my God, I can't stand the people. I don't want to be around. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so crowded. It sounds so crowded." One of the things you'll notice if you haven't been here in 10 years is that we've extended the what is the front stretch side. We've
Yeah.
extended it across Georgetown, so it does not feel like
Uh-huh.
you are as packed in. I think that's what you hear from a lot of folks. Then for some, like because of the extensions we've done, getting to your seat, to and from your seat, walking around, it does not feel as cramped and packed. And there's a lot more egress and ingress. We stop at certain periods of time. You cannot operate, or we limit the operation of golf carts and vehicles to make it easier for people to walk around. So just stuff like that. You may think, man, it's a lot of people. But truly, there's usually a place, especially if, for everybody who loves the grandstands, and that's great. My mom and her crew, they really love the
Yeah.
infield.
Yeah.
My mother says she never wants to sit in the grandstands because she would likes the ability to spread her blanket out, have all her crew, all they chairs. She sits in her own type of chair instead of sitting on a metal chair, and she just kicks back,
Yeah.
right? And that's a beautiful thing about the race.
Yeah.
We are the best seat. We are the best ticket in sports.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, general admission, if you buy your ticket early, it's usually $35, and you can bring kids 15 and under are free,
Yeah.
and you can bring your own food in your own cooler. You can bring your own water. You can bring your own alcohol as long as it's not in glass.
Yep.
Where else can you do that? And
Yeah.
so if you got 3, 4, 5 kids and you pay, $60 and everybody brings their chair, you can have an outstanding time.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no reason not to come.
I mean, you're absolutely right. The variety, you get to choose what you want to do and how you want to do it. You want to sit on the infield, bring your own stuff, do it. You want to drive your RV in,
Yep.
you want to get in the grandstands. I remember last year we came here for an off race day event, and we had options. We came here as a team. We had options between a smaller suite, a more informal,
Yep.
larger suite. So there's tons of options here, especially if you want to do corporate type events and bring your team here. I mean, they really enjoyed that.
And then if you
Yeah.
for folks who really want that garage experience, I strongly advise you to go to our IMSA event in late September
Deal.
or our World GT Challenge SRO event, which is in the second week of October, second weekend of October, because it's open garage.
So you get to walk in, see the cars.
You can walk in,
Oh,
see the
that's
cars,
awesome.
you can talk to the mechanics, you get to go on track right before the race. You have track walks that are incredible. But there's a lot more open access during those two events. It's one of the reasons I try to bring out school groups during those times, because the mechanics will literally say, bring all these guys. We brought in all of Pike's mechanical engineering group was about
Wow.
110 students. Then the next day we brought in their entire marketing program, 127 students.
Wow.
And the accessibility they had, because it wasn't, they're running on the Indy 500, it wasn't NASCAR.
Mhm.
They just get a whole lot more accessibility in terms of talking to those folks and
Yeah.
and being really able to sit in there and literally hold wrenches and
Wow.
do stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. What an experience, right?
It's great, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe every day when I pull into the lot, I still am like get goosebumps
Right.
at the fact that I work here.
I love it.
And I don't take for granted how many people run into me and say, I would do that for free.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
And
okay,
you get paid for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Could you please stop saying that? But I get what you're saying. I understand it.
Well, Jimmy, it's been great. It's so exciting to hear about everything happening at the Speedway. I love to hear it. It really is evolving into something even bigger, even in the last 2 years since we were here last. So, and it's such a special place, and I wanna thank everyone for listening to, Circle City Conversations. Jimmie McMillian, our guest, a dear friend of mine, and, make sure to tune in and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future conversations.